story takes us into the heart of Iran, a nation freshly shaken by revolution, distrust, and history of foreign interference. What happened today years ago? Hit subscribe and find out before the clock strikes midnight. It's early morning in Tehran. The streets are tense, the air cold, and the city restless. Just months earlier, Iran's monarchy had fallen. The Shah, once backed by the US, had fled. The country was under the leadership of Ayatollah Khomeini, a symbol of revolution and anti-American sentiment. But then came the spark. The US quietly allowed the exiled Shah to enter America for medical treatment. For many Iranians, this wasn't a medical gesture, it felt like betrayal. It felt like the US was protecting the man who believed had tortured their people. Outrage began to simmer. On the morning of 4th November 1979, around 300 to 500 university students marched towards the US Embassy. They called themselves the Muslim student followers of the Imam's line. Many were young, emotional, fired up, and convinced they were acting in the name of revolution. One student carried bolt cutters under her chadar. The embassy gates were closed. But by 6:30 a.m., the students cut through the chains and climbed the walls. Their original plan, a peaceful sit-in, a symbolic protest. But something unexpected happened. People gathered outside began cheering. School groups, workers, locals, all supporting them. Realizing the public was behind them, the students pushed forward. Doors were forced open. Diplomats were rushed into safe rooms. Guards hesitated, outnumbered, and overwhelmed. By afternoon, 66 Americans were taken hostage. The world had changed in a single day. Inside the embassy, fear tightened with spread. Hostages were blindfolded, tied up, and led past chanting crowds. Some were locked in solitary confinement, some faced mock executions. And time moved painfully slow. Outside, Tehran erupted in support of the takeover. Inside America, televisions counted the days. Every headline screamed, hostages still held in Iran. The crisis soon became the center of a global politics, and it would stay the way for 444 days. In April 1980, the US launched a daring rescue mission, Operation Eagle Claw. 8 helicopters entered the Iranian desert, but a sandstorm struck, equipment failed, 2 aircraft collided. 8 American servicemen died, and the mission was aborted. The world watched in disbelief. The hostage crisis had defeated one of the strongest militaries on the planet. By the late 1980s, talks restarted through Algerian mediators. Finally, on 20th January 1981, minutes after Ronald Reagan was sworn in as US President, 52 American hostages were released. It was the end of 444-day nightmare. The hostages were flown to freedom. Families cried, countries exiled, and history closed a painful chapter. This wasn't just a hostage crisis. It was a breaking point in the US and Iran relations, a moment that shaped Middle Eastern politics forever. A reminder of how revolutions can spiral, how anger can become an international conflict, and how a single day can change global history. History remembers it as the Iran hostage crisis, a moment where politics, passion, and power collided. That's it for today.